So, since I talked about the Fantastic Four reboot trailer, I thought I would talk about this trailer as well because I never really did a trailer reaction for it, but I've already seen it many, many times, and I want to talk about the trailer for this movie. I want to talk about if I'm looking forward to it because honestly, I am looking forward to this movie, and I'm going to talk about the trailer for Unfriended. Now, this movie came out when the premiere of Eye Candy came out. I think they showed this trailer on MTV. I know MTV is marketing this movie, and that's not usually a good thing because the last movie they made was Ouija, and that was not, we all know how that turned out. However, in my opinion, this movie, looks so much better than that. I think this movie actually looks very, very good, and I'm going to explain why. First of all, let's get to the central plot of this movie. I really like the idea of Unfriended. I think it's actually a very good, what they're trying to do here. It's kind of a different take on cyberbullying in a way because this girl, the basic premise, if you guys haven't seen the trailer, is that there's this girl who's kind of making this video where she made this, there was this party, and this happens all the time to people. She was making this video and she got very sexual in it, and someone of course uploaded it to the internet and everyone insulted her, and then a few days later she killed herself. So I like that concept. I mean, that happens to everyone. But the twist is that I think like 3 years later or something, the 7 people that bullied her are now being targeted by her ghost on Skype because there's this Skype profile that just won't go away, and supposedly it's hers. And I think it's actually a very cool concept. It's a very good different take on cyberbullying and sort of like the consequences of what that does to people. Because most times we see that through the perspective of the person that's getting bullied. We don't really see what the consequences of what's happened to people who bully the other person. We haven't really seen a movie about that. And I think the approach they want to take for this movie is very, very cool. Yes, it's a horror movie. Is this movie gonna be perfect? No, but the acting in this movie actually looks pretty decent. I think the acting looks really good. I think that the people they're having do this movie definitely know what they're doing. And I love that the whole movie takes place on a girl's laptop. If you guys don't know, the whole movie takes place on one girl's laptop. And I think that's actually a very cool approach. I don't think I've really seen that done before. And while I'm not a fan of found footage movies, that is a very cool twist because that is a very different take on a found footage movie than we have seen before, and I think it's actually a very interesting twist, and I really enjoy that. The other thing I really enjoy about this movie is that this movie looks genuinely scary, because the reason this movie is going to genuinely scare people is because this is going to scare people who cyberbully people. This is going to make people think, because, cyberbullying goes on all the time, and this is going to scare people who do that, and I like that the movie's trying to do that. The point of the movie is to scare people, so people don't cyberbully other people, and I like that, definitely. The other thing is, if you go onto this movie's website, they make it look like a real thing. They make it look like Laura Barnes was a real person who was murdered and suicide and things like that, and I like the movie is doing that because it scares you. It makes you worried for, her character. And I think that I like the characters in this movie. They seem like they're this group of friends who seem like they're like the best thing ever, but they're going to slowly realize that they have no control. The other thing I like is that they can't leave the Skype conversation because the second that one of them leaves, someone's going to get killed. And I like that twist because people have been saying, oh, why don't they just leave their laptops? Well, if they do, someone's going to get killed, so I also like Shelley Hennig. I know she was in Ouija. She was terrible in that, but she actually looks really good in this movie. I think she actually looks like she's really improved. I think she's going to do a very good job in this one. I think she looks really good. I also love that the killer you see in the movie, the beginning of the movie, they show all these different things that happen on the internet, and it shows that really just one thing could change a girl's life. And I think that the other thing the movie's going to show is the impact that this had on Laura Barnes, how much this affected her, how much, what happened to her because of this. And I think we're going to genuinely care for the character. I'm going to be honest, I think this movie looks good. If you guys think this movie looks bad, I can understand why. But it looks better than any other found footage movie I've seen because it's a different approach. It looks like it has a genuine message. And it's not just going to kill people to kill people. It doesn't. I know there's a thing with the blender and things like that. But honestly, that is a very twisted way of the movie showing revenge. There's all this kind of symbolism in the movie. And I think what the blender is trying to show is the torture I think what all the torture we see in the trailer is supposed to show is that because they tortured her, with them uploading the video emotionally, she's gonna torture them physically to make them see what it feels like to be tortured. And I think that's actually very well done. It's very twisted, but it's very well done because this also happens to people. They get the revenge that happens to them. I really like seeing that. The girl that plays Laura, Heather Sossaman, looks like she's going to do a very good job. I'm very interested in seeing what's happening here. I do see this movie being a little bit predictable because I do kind of have a twist that it's not actually Laura, like it's maybe like her parents, or maybe she had like a brother or something that's getting revenge on them. I like the part where we see Shelley Henning's character had sex with this other guy, and Laura Barnes forces them to watch it. Her and her boyfriend are on Skype, and her boyfriend's freaking out about because she had sex with someone that's not her boyfriend. And I like that because, again, it's showing the payback that happened to them, that bad things happen to them as well. They're not the best people ever. And I'm thinking the movie's going to show a lot of character development just off a girl's computer. And just remember, guys, this is all off a girl's computer. And I love that. I love that concept. I think it's a very cool concept. I don't think I've ever really seen anything done like that before. The movie was originally called Cybernatural, and I do not like that title at all. I think Unfriended is a much better title because when this girl, did this, people probably unfriended her. They want nothing to do with her. And she's now gonna be, it's also quite like a symbolism because they were her friends, but they weren't really her friends. They might have acted like her friends. I don't know. The movie doesn't tell you too much, which I like. I like the movie doesn't really show too much. Now, some people could say, okay, the movie shows too much, but I don't think it does because I feel like the movie's only showing the horror aspect of it. It's not showing the emotional part of it, which I definitely feel it's going to show. And I'm looking forward to seeing if the movie does that. And I'm probably going to see this movie. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to see this movie when it comes out. This movie is coming out April 17th, and I'm probably going to see it then. I don't know if there's anything else coming out that day. I don't really know. Let me just check right now. Is there anything else coming out that day? Of course, I'm on a laptop right now when I'm doing this. The other thing this movie does do is it does kind of scare you a little bit to go on like a laptop or something. It does do that, which I like that the movie does. Okay, April 17th. What else comes out that day? Nothing really. Let me see. Child 44. I don't. Child 44 comes out that day. I want to see that, but I think this movie looks very, very good. I definitely want to see it. I'm looking forward to seeing how this movie is. Maybe you guys aren't looking forward to see it, but I personally think it doesn't look like shit. I can see if you guys do, but I don't think it does. I think it actually looks like a very well done message in a horror movie. Even though it's a horror movie, the best horror movies are the ones that tell deep subliminal messages, which this movie is, and I love the movies doing that. But that's it for my review of the trailer of Unfriended. I thought I would review because I want to talk about why I want to see this movie, so you guys don't look like, oh, you're crazy for wanting to see this movie. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of this movie. Again, I think this movie looks good, but if you guys don't, I can understand why. And I'll see you guys in my next video, again, which will be for Pretty Little Liars. So I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.